show on the road, baby.
So, intro.
Like when you by yourself.
So basically, I start off every video of us just talking about anything. You know, I don't really have my hey. Welcome to the show. You know, it's your boy Arnold from Arnold's Thoughts. I'm back with another episode with my main man, Theolodge.
Oh, okay, so just the base like your typical show, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, this episode is basically around. I want to know. This episode is for me. I feel is Strive.
Yeah.
That was your album.
Yeah.
The fact when you made that album, I was like,
wait, bro, save it. You come on, we got a minute.
This is a part of my intro. This is what I give people. This is how so you know it's real. We live. You know what I mean? So we live. He didn't know we was live, but we live. Like I said, I got my main man Theolodge in the building. Theo Jones, this my guy right here. Hometown heroes right here. I known this guy since when I first met you. I was in high school. And you was hooping then. You was the guys that we looked up to.
Yeah.
Like the guys that was hooping and we was like, man, we trying to get like them. We trying to, you know what I mean? When y'all came in and y'all used to come and hoop with us in the gym when we was having practice all the time, it was like, oh man, we gotta turn up today.
Yeah.
We gotta turn up today. So that's just started. we had to get it going in the gym. So what's up, man? I already did the intro. He waiting for the intro, but we already live, man. Introduce yourself, man.
Hey, what it do, man? It's your homie Theolodge. You already know, man. If that K ain't backwards, them boys ain't crew. I'm here with my little broski Arnold, man. Thanks for having me on your platform, man. I appreciate it, man.
I had to. It's because everything we talk about. Okay, just so y'all know, me and Theo go to the gym. Six out of 7 days out of the week.
Sometimes seven. And I just want to tell you, I wanted to tell you in the gym, but it just like, I ain't gonna lie, I was looking for a right time to say it, but I was about to say, dang, bro, I'm really grateful for you, bro, because you really got me better in life. You got me better in the gym. You got me like, hey, man, you need to be around people that's going up. For you to go up, because when I started working out with y'all, I was like, bro, there's no way I'm good. There's no way. Right.
But you always made it seem like a comfortable environment to get better. Yeah. You go at your own pace. If you ain't doing that, go down. And every time you felt like, hey man, you can go harder, you playing.
Right.
You know, and I feel like all those talks we have in the gym every day, I'm like, I gotta get my mans on here so they can hear what we. Right. Because you already know I like.
I like the different parallels and like you said, man, to speak to the audience and the things where we do in the gym is a thing called lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And when you incorporate certain things, you build a lifestyle which it becomes a routine. A lot of people don't like routines, but if you really break down your day, it's really your routine. That's if they're taking their kids to the daycare, or if kids going to school, if teachers are teaching, drivers, pilots, everything is a routine. Mm-hmm. And you need stuff to kind of run smoothly. And all I try to build is show people, just try to get stuff in order. Mm-hmm. It may not work out how you want it to, but just try order. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I feel like that getting up in the gym for us every morning is like, I look forward to that, you know. And my aunt, you know, she told me, she was like, you always, remember, I told you always going to the gym, you know, are you eating good? And to me, we making new levels. We getting stronger and going up. And then it's like, you worried about talking about how I'm looking, and I'm like, I'm seeing all this growth.
Yes.
In the gym.
Growth. And like you say, man, when family or anybody, everybody always look at you as Like you gotta think like you're the one that hold a lot of burden on your shoulders, so you can carry a lot. So when people come to you, that's really, I feel like reassuring you.
Okay.
So I felt like when Auntie came to you, it was more so, hey, I'm just checklisting.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just checklisting. But at the time, it's like, Auntie, I'm good. I'm in the greatest form
Yeah.
of my life. Like I'm at the peak. Like,
Yeah.
if you just seen what I just did to the gym, that question wouldn't even, you'd have been to hey, you'd have been opposite. Hey, you need to put that something waist down.
Hey, hold on, I forgot to turn off the AC. But yeah, man. Get back up in here. But yeah, man, those gym talks, they do so much for me. Oh, okay. The C4.
Yeah, we're gonna shout out C4.
C4, we're gonna shout him out, man.
I had to pop the can, man.
You pop the can, if you pop the can, that means I gotta pop
you
the
know what
can.
Hey, you pop a can, they don't understand.
Hey.
One scoop in my cup, I'm superhuman, man.
Oh, look, they don't even know. I'm gonna put his name in the bio, y'all check him out. Theolodge. Just tell them a little bit about your beginnings, bro, because I know about it, I hear about it every day, and I always be thinking like, this is the person that made it through life, or just pushing through life, striving. That's why your album was named Striving. I got Strive tattooed across the top of my back.
Yeah, you do. You definitely
do. Before, and when I did it, I'm like, your album had just dropped, and I was like, man.
The parallels again.
Talk to us.
Yeah, man. So a lot of y'all fill you in, man. Like I said, me and Orton from the same town. I grew up. I got two hometowns, Lake Placid and Bowling Green. It's like Hollis and Hardy. They kind of married together. Mm-hmm. You know, growing up, it's called the Heartland, which I had to figure out. And by the way, I had some of the ugliest school colors. I went from green and white to orange and blue. I don't know where they do that in. But yeah, man, my journey started off just everybody like doubt. And because they never seen it done, everybody always comes to the assumption that it can't be done. And when you look at things and guys that was before me, it was like, I looked up to my cousin Chris. He got drafted to the NFL.
Okay.
And that moment when he got drafted by the Baltimore Ravens, I went to go see him. Like, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we was growing up, he used to cut my hair. So it's like, my cousin that cut my hair, I'm like, to put it in people terms, like, I seen that as a moment. If he can do it, I can do it. We from the same place. How he got there was hard work and dedication. So Theo, what you're gonna need is hard work and dedication. And just seeing my cousin take it to the next level, man, I was like, man, my cousin did it. And he had the same opportunities, everything that was given to me. Why can't I do it? So fast forward, I don't think I never told you this. So when I got ready to go to JUCO, people, junior college, I wrote every school in Florida.
Really?
Every junior college in Florida, from Miami all the way up to the Pan.
Wow.
2 schools wrote me back. Indian River Community College and St. John's River Community College. The first coach from Indian River, he was like, hey, you seem like you're a great guy. I wish you well. You already know what that means. You already know when somebody said you seem like,
okay,
you already know.
Past tense, I'm gonna let you.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
So he was like, but we got all the shooting guards.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh my God. So
you better.
A week later, I was about to become a big man. I was about to, you know what? I'm gonna play soccer. But so school, St. John River, where I ended up going, the coach wrote me.
Yeah.
And he was like,
after you wrote him.
Yeah. After I wrote I said every school the same thing, because I had an issue like my senior year at Hardy that I was scared to expose because I felt like they was gonna judge me off of that character. So
you ain't never told me about that.
Yeah, so okay, I know you don't know. I got kicked off my senior year. I didn't.
Who was the coach?
Coach
Dickey kicked you off?
Coach Dickey and Coach Creighton was my coach.
Coach Creighton was the head coach.
Yeah. So, but you know what I'm saying? It was, I gotta say it was God's plan because that year in football, high school football, I was tied for the most interceptions in the state of Florida. In the state of Florida, the most interceptions.
In the state of Florida?
State of Florida.
Dang.
Mind you, football wasn't my go-to. I never wanted to make it my go-to, but I knew football would give me that drive because it's something that I didn't want to do. So something that you don't want to do would definitely help you with stuff that you want to do. So, like my senior year,
you got out your comfort zone.
Yeah, so I hid that I had a disagreement with the coaches. So I wrote a few. So how it started, I wrote like half of Florida. I wasn't telling the truth, and it was like God was on me, like just tell them if they accept you, they accept you. I was like, you know what, it is what it is. Hey man, I was caught up in the football moment, basketball. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's crazy. He writes me. He was like, hey, we have all the positions.
Yeah.
But if you could come up here and take somebody's position, I'll give you a scholarship.
Opportunity
reigns. World. Ding, ding. It reigns. What happens to me? A lot of you guys that's tuning in, you don't know, like Orna know and everybody from Hardy know. We played on the concrete. we didn't have your Rex. We didn't have, what was that, the YMCA?
Mm-hmm.
The YMCA.
They used to go down.
And
boy.
And if people don't know, like we have, like, okay, world, we had one side that we called the NBA, and then we had one side where if we know you can't hoop,
you gotta go over there. You gotta go to the other side. Everybody has that side.
Yeah.
Everybody has that side.
I think that's universal.
That's universal. That's universal.
Yeah.
Even in college, they had that side. This is where the hoop is played. And you look like, bro, go over there.
Yeah.
You know you don't belong on this side, man.
So I went to go call myself country training, where you guys don't realize, like, when we shoot, we gotta adjust to the wind. The rocks, and you know, it's just different. I ended up spraining my ankle. So I called the Coach Jefferson. Shout out. I thank you to this day. I called Coach Jefferson and I said, hey man, thank you. I said, thank you. I hung up. He called back. I drove 3 hours to Palaca.
Yeah.
I said, I need to tell him to his face because out of every school in Florida, he was the only one who gave me the opportunity.
So I gotta go tell him to his face.
I
owe him that.
I owe him 3 hour drive. Me and my cousin. We drove up there. I tell him, I walk in, like, you ready? I was like, nah, I just come to tell you, thank you, man. You the only person that gave me the opportunity. I really appreciate that, you know what I mean? And I'm getting ready to walk back to the car, and he got like a little, like, my voice raspy, but he got the most raspiest voice ever. He was like, hey, Jones. I was like, what's up? You got 2 weeks. I was like, 2 weeks? What you got 2 weeks to heal that ankle up and come on back and try out. I was like, that's a word, that's a lesson, world. Like, you never know what lies when you go and present yourself. Here I am, I'm damaged goods. I'm fighting to get into school. And on my way walking to the car, he walks out and he says, 2 weeks. So I come home, mind you, they don't know we from the country. We don't have trainers.
No.
All we got is old people with old remedies.
Yeah.
So it was like, go get some clay from the baseball field.
How did I know you was gonna go to the clay, man? What is that, man?
Hey, bro, I swear my grandma was like, get some clay,
was it
put it in
grandma?
a sock, put your foot up, take some ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen been running this world in black people families for I don't know how long.
Hey, I believe that's crazy.
I don't understand it. Listen, any athlete, if you sprain an ankle, the fastest way to get back is ice bucket. Okay?
Facts.
Ice bucket.
Or the rice treatment.
The rice treatment. But everybody can't get the rice treatment. The easiest thing, you get an ice bucket. 10 minutes every hour, 3 to 4 hours, 3-4 days. And I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah.
Ice bucket. Not clay.
But we learned that going up, so for us,
They didn't know.
Yeah, Clay was our NBA doctors. So mind you, I'm nervous because in order for my ankle to heal, I can't go shoot, I can't dribble, I can't do nothing. I gotta sit there. And hoopers know.
You can't just sit there.
You gotta be
good, man.
So,
especially when you know something coming up, a big game or something. I have to be in my rhythm. I'm getting extra.
It's rhythm. That's what it's called.
It's your rhythm. You don't want to lose your rhythm.
So we got ready to go, and like my sister, man, from day one, like I tell people, like I said in my songs, like me and my sister shared a room, like dorm life. Like she to the left, I'm to the right. We fighting over Mario Brothers, but it's like when my sister show up somewhere, that's one person besides my mom's. That's one other person I know I can't let down. So my sister, we drive, and she was like, "Why you ain't talking?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, "You don't know I can't let you down." You know what I'm saying? So we get there. He was like, "You ready?" I'm like, "I mean, it is what it is." At this point. So he was like, "All right, run the point." I'm like, so dude's picking me up full court.
New guy, thirsty. I'm on him.
Yeah.
Don't come in here.
So everybody in there, for some reason, God just gave me them handles. I was patting that thing. I'm like, something that I never did, taking 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
Like that thing was on a strain. And I ain't missed I made every shot. When I say I made every shot, and I heard my sister over there, "Let's go, bro." Like, you know what I'm saying? So I needed that.
How you going, man?
You remember the movie? My sister was like, "You got the juice now." I was like, so I'm gonna be honest. So I'm getting buckets. Hoopers, you know that language. To the people of the world, it's like when you putting that ball through that net, through the rim, you go through the net. So I'm looking at the coach expressions. He's like giving me he ain't giving me what I need in between games. You know how you need somebody to come by. You like, "Hey man, try this right here."
Yeah.
He ain't giving me nothing.
Okay.
So I'm like, so we ended. My sister came to me. I'm taking my shoes off. She was like, "Bro, you did your thing.
Gotta give it a buck." You was hooping.
My sister said, "I'm proud." But once my sister gave me that stamp, I'm proud.
Right.
He was the coach was to the right over there. I'm taking my shoes off. I'm chilling. Players that's on the team though, they came. They was like, "Bro, you wet." I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That we don't say that to each other, you know what I'm saying, in the country, because we ain't know what it meant. Like we just bro, shoot.
He can shoot.
You know what I'm saying? He can shoot, but it's
no lingo.
Yeah, we didn't know that because we wasn't given that. And so I'm getting ready to leave, and that's when I met my friend to this day, Marcus Robinson. Shout out Bo Key. He was like, "Hey bro, you nice, bro. You did it." I said, "Man, I appreciate y'all, man. We'll see what it do." So I got ready to leave, and before I leave, he grabbed my arm. He was like, "I like what you did." But, you know the but I gotta process it through the players because it's only one scholarship, 30 people tried out. I'm like,
Man, what that got to do with me? I hoop. I did what I was supposed to do.
So after that, I was like, man, well, thank you again. Like I said, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, that was on the end of July. You know, school
Going
started
into
August.
Yeah, going into August.
2 weeks go by, I don't hear nothing.
Wow.
I don't hear nothing.
Uh-huh.
I'm in Bowling Green. We just had Chunky Sunday. Everybody came down. Everybody hooped. I'm in the middle of the court and I had an epiphany. I was like, I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be here. And I'm like, God, I know. It's more for me. I know.
Man.
I'm looking around like I'm around family. Like they know I'm nice. But it's like me being stuck in Bowling Green environment, I'm done. Like life would have went totally.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, God, as I'm talking to him, 20 minutes later my phone rang.
Uh-huh.
While I'm on the court. While I'm on the court, he called. He said, hello? He said, is this Theo? I was like, yes, it's Coach Jefferson. I said, hey man, what's going on, man? He was like, we want to offer you the scholarship.
Gee.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Only thing is,
A butt.
yeah, you heard me. Classes start tomorrow. If you make it here by the end of the day, by tomorrow at the end of the day, you got a scholarship.
Oh,
If you don't make it, you ain't got one. Mind you, I don't have no ride at the moment. My pops, his car tripping. They go 3 hours. I called my grandma. My grandma had prayed. That church called her. I said, Grandma. I said, I need to go to Palaca. I said, it's basketball. She was like, whatever you need, you driving. So we can go to, man, I threw so much stuff in the tub. I get there, mind you, no place to stay, no nothing.
Uh-huh. No dorm, no nothing?
No, he ain't have time to arrange it.
They just need to get you there.
Get me there to sign the paper.
Yeah.
I get there. Again, my friend Marcus, who I talked about earlier, he was having to leave the gym working out.
Yeah.
And coach was like, hey, let Theo go to y'all place for a little bit.
Until we figure things out. Until I figure something out.
I ain't end up leaving, man. We became roommates and homies to this day, man. So
that's how it be.
That's how the journey started.
I met my homeboy, one of my best friends to this day. Shout out to Deuce, Rashad Hassan. Shout out to my boy. Freshman year, first week, we met and been boys ever since then. The bonds, those basketball bonds, when you meet with somebody and you just, I'm from a whole different place from you, bro, and we just clicked like that, bro.
Energy.
15 years later, you know what I mean? So you played in college and then you played JUCO, and then you went to Missouri. So Missouri State.
Central Missouri.
Central Missouri, that's right. Central Missouri.
So it got crazy, man. So I know y'all, everybody like, oh, Rudy, Theo, no. So this is when things get a little off. So, Coach Jeff, I know I'm gonna sing this to you because you motivated me. We sitting in the room watching film, and my coach tell my homie Joey and Marcus, y'all can be all conference, y'all can be. He ain't mentioned me now. I'm like, okay.
He did that to tempt you.
Later, during that moment, I'm like,
you're too young to understand the stuff.
I said, okay. Oh, you young? So after that, I'm motivated.
Yeah.
I went on. Man, listen, it got to the point. I had other coaches. They supposed to be coming to watch
certain players.
They supposed to send the assistant. I had head coaches from other JUCOs pulling up.
Yeah.
Man, I just like the way you just smooth. I'm like, man, I'm trying to make a way. I don't know what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? So time go on. I go to gym, so I had hurt my foot.
Again?
It's the first time I heard it.
Oh, okay.
Well, second. Yeah,
the
ankle, I hurt my foot. So we were playing Jacksonville, junior college.
Okay.
Dude come to me, he was like, yo, I was you at practice.
What?
Man, I felt so good. You know the one squad go against the second squad.
Yeah.
To go through the other team plays.
Yeah. Oh, he said he was you.
He was me at practice.
At the practice player.
So his coach was like, you can pull up from anywhere. That's how. And he was like, that's how Jones did it. He was like, bro, I was pulling up from the volleyball line.
Oh.
He said, but I ain't wet like you, but we already know. Fast forward. All conference.
Yeah.
I was up a player of the year, but you gotta play all the games.
You didn't play all the games.
Nah, I missed 2. But cats know.
You should have been player of the year.
But I made the All-Star game, JUCO All-Star game,
Uh-huh.
North versus South. And that's how Central seen me.
Yeah.
And that's how, you know what I'm saying?
You got your jersey retired at Central, right?
Yeah. Well, come on, man, you skipping stuff.
Oh, I just wanted to...
Skip stuff.
So you go to Central Series. You still...
That ain't how... No, I ended up at Central on accident.
Accident?
Yeah, I was going to South Carolina.
Gamecocks.
I was going to South Carolina.
And how you ended up in Missouri? See, you ain't never told me all this.
All right, is that what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was a baseball player. And back then I had the Malibu, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, growing up, people like to grab on your window, ride on your car. I mean, people is funny now, but when it happened,
I'm laughing because I did that. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I remember now. Going in.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, so
my God.
people, he riding on my window. He was like, Theo, just mind you, this guy is a top baseball player for our college. Our college is top in baseball. His parents have cheese. So you already know. Kid has potential. Family has cheese. I'm on thin ice. I'm just a black kid from Bowling Green. You know what I'm saying? So he in the car. I'm telling him, people, I should have stopped. Before I go any further, yes, I should have stopped. But man, I'm 20 years old. So he holding on. I'm playing with him. Like, I shouldn't have been playing, but I'm here. So I just started going slow. So I'm screaming to him, like, yo, get off my car. I'm like, get off, man. Now I'm getting frustrated because something in my heart was like, something don't feel right.
Yeah.
The man front tire started wobbling. Mind you, he only got one arm on it and he got one on my car. So, you know how gravity works when you try to add that extra weight on a wobbling front tire. So he ends up going in front of my car, flipping over, hit his head on the road, right in front of a mental institute.
Uh-huh.
So now I have 12 mental people running at me like, you did it, you ran.
Oh my God.
So I'm in the road, I'm crying. Like, and during the time, I was like, God, I know they mentally challenged, but I know they didn't see me run. But I'm like, in their eyes, they see my car. It's like I hit them. So co-workers come out there, don't leave. Police come, I'm crying. He unconscious.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the police like, go to class. If we need anything, we'll come get you. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm sitting there, man. I'm in class. I'm in math class.
Yeah.
Police come.
Ooh, I bet this
I'm to my
bro to the ground.
Interrupted class, everything, and like came in there like Mr. Jones, CFO say, come outside. He's like, hey man, we want to let you know he has a big gash in his head. We had to airlift him, and they said that he has to go into surgery. When he come out of surgery, we're gonna ask him. If he tell us that he wasn't on your car like you said,
wow,
you're going to jail.
Wow.
Mind you, I done did all my visits for colleges.
And that's definitely getting out.
I done did all my visits. So now I had just got back from Central. Central was the last place I came from. They offered me before I got on the plane. I was like, man, I don't know, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we get ready to leave, and it was like he woke up and he did say it was his fault. I was like, God. I said, you telling me I need to be at Central. Soon as I got off the phone with the police, I called Central, Missouri. I called Coach Anderson. I said, man, is that offer still on the table?
Yeah.
He was like, it's on the table if you're going to sign it. I said, listen, if you fax that thing right now, man, I will fax it back faster than you ever know.
Yeah.
Mind you, you know us, I ain't never been to Missouri, I ain't on the visit. So I'm watching Cops, right? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Missouri, Central.
No, I'm watching, because Central Missouri is like 50 minutes from Kansas City.
Yeah.
So I see Kansas City on Cops. I'm like, oh Lord. I'm like,
where am I at?
I done signed up. I'm finna get killed. I'm like, man. But yeah, bro, it was just like, it was weird just to like go through all that.
That's a crazy just out of nowhere, just like, that's not even, man.
It's not real, bro. Like, he popped up out of like, it wasn't planned. It wasn't like something we did all the time. Mind you, this is April. We get out of school in May.
Oh my God.
He just popped up. I'm on your car. Hey, man, get off my car, man. That's what I tell people, man. Like, I should have stopped. I should have stopped.
If you playing, see, it's all fun and games until you get airlifted to the hospital.
Right, and that's when people don't realize, like, yeah, the world we in, the times we in now, yeah, the black and the white is sensitive, but I had a feeling of that back then.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm just a black country kid just trying to make his way.
I can't afford nothing.
I can't get no lawyer. I'm not gonna be able to fight this.
No.
And I have,
it's all against you too.
I have 10 to 12 mental people coming after me.
That is a situation. I don't even know how you can go through, like, at that age. You don't know.
I'm sitting here like, do I fight? Like, do I? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's how I ended up in Central, man. Like, dude, it turned out to be, it turned out to be the best thing. But it's like, it's funny in life how stuff leads you. And I tell people, like, they look at us and they think like everything was picture perfect.
Sure.
But like I told you, it's like, people, here I am, I got hurt. I bounced back, go to JUCO. Then this happened. Then I go to Central. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you guys then you go back and rewind them steps and be like, bro knew the definition of not giving up.
Yeah, for sure. With the email and writing everybody, I would have never even thought to do that. But you had that drive, like, I'm finna hit up every single coach, and I'm finna show up. And the biggest thing is not that even that you showed up, but you did what you were supposed to do. You hooped.
Right.
You took care of business. You know what I mean? When you got there, you took care of business. You fought your way on the team. You fought your way to the all conference. And then now let me get to the Central Missouri. You was
So then, like, I get to Central, and shout out to my guys in Central, man. Like getting to Central was like really a culture shock. I think we was talking the other day, and y'all know in Florida we have some different lingo. I didn't realize I used to say bike, like, I'll be right back. And all my people in Missouri be like, what you mean you finna ride a bike? Like, I'd be like, no, I'll be right back. And the first incident I had from it was my brother to this day, Corey Brown, but his nickname was Black.
Yeah.
I called him Blight. And he was like, my name ain't Blight, it's Black. I said, yeah, Blight. He was like, no. So that was our first, you know what I'm saying, our first introduction to each other. So going there, I redshirted my first year at JUCO, so I had 3. I didn't know that I was going to be able to get that year back. from JUCO.
Okay.
Because I graduated JUCO. So, you know us, they don't tell us the rules.
Yeah.
I got my AA, so I'm going here. I'm like, all right, let me knock these 2 years out. Let me get it going. So my first year at Central, it was ups and downs. It was very competitive. It was very...
The level increased.
Yeah, the level went up.
Man,
the training went up. The concentration, study hall, cafeteria. You gotta eat 3 times a day.
Got to.
Mind you, I'm coming from JUCO, people with Oodle Noot, like, it was real like that. We go on the road trips, Coach Jeff handing us $10. And I know, Coach, you kept asking. I know you did. But I appreciate you though. You gave your boy a scholarship when I ain't even play. So my first year, man, I had cracked my back. I went for a pump fake. The ambulance had to come get me. Dang! Out of the gym. Mind you, I'm fighting, bro. Like I'm in the top 7 wave. Hey, I'm like, okay, if I stay in that wave,
top seven
the players, like
okay, on the team.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get them minutes. Yeah. So get hurt. I faded to black. Like literally, bro, like
all the way to the back.
Like I was guy 14.
Man.
Cause I had to rehab back and I felt like they ain't believe in me. And what do we do, people? When stuff get hard, what do we say? I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna quit this situation.
Man, I see so many guys do that, bro. I'm finna transfer.
Yep. I got on the phone with my dad. R.I.P. Pops. He gave it to me. Cause everybody think your parents supposed to just like tell you what you want to hear, how you want to go. Daddy got on the phone. I said, Daddy. I said, man, I'm transferring, man. I knew it. Daddy, I'm transferring, man. Like, this man don't appreciate it, man.
I knew it.
Like, I know. Let me just say that. Like, I know. If I'm not top 5, I know I'm top 8.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be in the 10 and up range. I said, Daddy, I can't do it, man. I'm going to these games and the fans treating me like I'm Rudy. My first year.
Not Rudy.
Bro, I'm talking about like the game, about to the end of the game. They're like, we want this.
No.
I was the tower man, so I embraced my tower role. Like I was P. Diddy on the bench. Like everybody know.
You stayed in the game.
I got the tower.
Yeah.
I'm the entertainer. Like it's crazy. I'm really entertaining, holding the tower in my hand.
Yeah.
How I become your favorite? By holding the tower. So people, listen, my first year at Central, I wrote that bench. Due to whatever it may be, no excuses. I wrote the bench. I called my dad. Dad, I'm about to transfer. He said, listen. He said, for what? I said, because he ain't respect me. He said, so what are you doing in practice to make them respect you? I'm like, what do you mean? He like, so when you be on the second squad, do you kill everybody in front of you? And everybody that you guard, do you put that pressure on them? I was like, nah, man, I really don't care. You know what I'm saying?
You don't care.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Daddy, I really don't care. He was like, listen. He said, just do this for me. From here on out to the end. If you don't like it at the end, I'll come help you pack up and leave. Each practice, you kill whoever in front of you and you lock up whoever you got.
Yeah.
From that moment on, I was the white, they call it the white team. You know, the squad team.
Yeah.
I was the white team killer.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, yo, what got into you? Like, they ain't, I'm talking about my homie, I ripped him. Give me this. Went down, dumped that thing. That wasn't even in me.
Yeah.
Come back, coach, like, I see him grin. He was like, what got into him?
Yeah.
So then, tragedy happened. R.I.P. my homie Moms. He had to leave. He left. Coach was like, hey, you playing tonight? I was like, what? Conference game now.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, what? Bet. I talked to Broski on the phone, man. He went back to Memphis. Like, bro, everything good? I said, look, I said, man, I'm putting your jersey number on my shoe. You know, I'm gonna hold you down. Get in the game. You would think I played the whole year coming down, you know, cashing out, defense, ripping, whole crowd going crazy. We want more deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he came back. I went back. You know what I'm saying? So things went on that first year, right?
That was the first year.
First year, I go from the bench to my last year. Like we used to go, my last year. You talk about all conference, defensive player of the year, led the conference.
You lock up like that?
Listen, I tell cats for the game, like, hey, I see you put up 20. But I say, boy, if I'm on you the whole game, but you're not seeing double digits. like my teammates know, like Zach and Somerset, shout out to you boys, they led the conference in steals. Cause I had that, I put that pressure on.
You put the pressure on.
They shoot the lane, and then when I used to, and I know I never told y'all this, Somerset and Zach, but I hated y'all for this. I would get a steal,
and then I'm going. Hey, bro, I just did an interview with my boy Brandon. He said the same thing. I'm watching. Soon as you get the steal, I'm already out in front. I want the layup. I want the dunk. He used to get so mad, but I used to always streak out. You have to pass it. I'm in front.
Oh man, I used to be like, dang, bro, can I just get it? So one time I did. I got the steal. I got the steal. After the game, we argued, but it was like a joke. I was like, you know, you see me. I'm like, bro, sometime, bro, I gotta eat. I gotta rip this. You know what I'm saying? So during that time, like I went from, just to put my story in perspective, I went from the least played player my first year to this day, the most loved player to ever put on a mule uniform. Like they was calling me the mayor of the city.
Man.
Like literally, like if they could rename a street and they had to like pick between all the players that played there. I know I ain't ever win by a big margin, but I know that they'll have a T. Jones Avenue.
Okay.
Like bro, like I became like the fan favorite. Like I was the first one that had fans dress up like me.
Yeah.
Like I had a dude with dreads, jersey, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I had to make a Florida sign called Florida, had Florida boy written on the license plate.
Yeah.
Come to the game. Mind you, I ain't even Zach. My dude Zach was the offensive guy.
Yeah.
Like that year, Zach was supposed to get player of the year. We were supposed to sweep all the awards. We ran through conference, we ran through all that. But in the midst of running through all that, I break my foot.
Man, you and your feet. What is it with you and your feet, man?
Hindsight, looking back, the concrete caught up to me.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm telling you, people, like you pray on certain things, you get the way you're going, and it catches up. So we do that. We have a hell of a year. We broke all the records at the school. To this day, we most wins in a season.
Yeah.
Most reigns in a season. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like to this day, man, I still career 3-point shoot percentage. I still hold it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, just looking back, it's just amazing. But like, I could go there tomorrow, and I'm gonna get love. Like you think you know what I'm saying? Like kids that watch me then, I mean, they're grown now, but they're like, hey, T. Jones. That's all they call T. Jones. What's up, man?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was
love,
bro, because how I made them love me is through the hard work. I had a chance to quit. Think about it. Coming out of high school, I got kicked out my senior year. I had a chance to quit. Wrecked this man in the car. I had a chance to quit. Hurt my back. Fell to the back of the line. Had a chance to quit. Man, I took all them L's, man. And at the end, when I stuck with it, God just kept whispering during the way. He had the right people in my corner.
Yeah. And
I came out victorious and was able to like let my foot, mind you people, I broke my foot. I let it heal 70%.
You was ready to get back out there.
That was after the season.
Oh, it was after the season?
Yeah, like through the season I couldn't practice.
Oh, okay.
So I had to shoot in the chair. LaMarcus Aldridge, remember, this is what he was doing in Texas. After the season, I let it heal 7%. And that's when I signed my deal to go pro overseas. And the thing, people, God, listen. Because when I was little, I was like, God, please let me go pro. I want to see my name on the back of the jersey. Mind you, growing up, we don't know about overseas professional basketball. We don't. And when that came, and that moment came, and like that 23 was on the back of my jersey, man, and I had Jones back there, bro, and I say, my teammates looking at me like, mind you, man, 22, man, you like, what? And you crying, they looking at you like, what's wrong with you? It's like,
you know all I've been through for this,
if
right?
if you only knew the obstacles that Theo had to overcome.
Yeah.
And to where I'm at today. That's why today I don't let the pressure of, let's say, people saying, well, you ain't on the way, you ain't, in their eyes, what is, I used to always measure what is accomplishments?
Yeah.
What makes somebody else tell you you're not accomplished? Because you can't see it? Because I don't have a Lamborghini? So a Lamborghini in a big house says to you what? What that says to me is, I got a lot of bills to pay. And last time I checked, when you go pay your bills, you can't pay them off nobody's opinion. You know what I'm saying? People, when you listening to people, and you caring about their opinion, try to pay your bills with that opinion, man. And it will get you nowhere. And that's why I say you determine success.
Your definition of success. I was just having a conversation with my cousin about that. Because he was like, no, you got to have all this. And I say, really, it depends on your definition of success. Because whatever your definition of success, if you achieve that, you're not going to tell me you're not going to be happy, because that's what you defined as success.
Right.
And and so I noticed that, bro, from like you say, the parallel between your life and my life, and how I was thinking of that, like it meant so much to me. And then I just looked and I say, what? And you named your album Strive. I was like, and it just like, hearing your story about just coming up, and that's just like the beginning. That's just the beginning. Like, that was just the beginning. Like, we could go.
Well, we had to come back and give them more, but like, as like the hoop days is just like I said, and looking back, it's like I'm in the Hall of Fame at my college. You know what I'm saying? And just thinking of like where I come from, and it's like I could have used every excuse.
Man.
I could have said that, well, Hardy coaches didn't treat me right. And then I look back at Theo, did you do everything right?
Yeah.
Did you communicate right? Did you take it for granted? Yeah, I took it for granted. And when you take stuff for granted, I'm telling you, people, it's the worst feeling. Because, like, people always say, if I would have did this a certain way, it would have been this. No, it won't. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And the road I went down maybe had a lot of speed bumps. I caught a lot of flat tires. But I promise you one thing. It showed me, man, that what hard work can get you.
Man.
And that's, like I said, we're saying it today, and that's the message. My homie said he wanted me to come bring. And like some of me and him, it's like some of our parallels. It's like we both lost our pops.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And we deal with the pressure of having your own family to dealing with family. And in reality, we're doing this to better position our family.
Our family. That's what we do it for.
You know, and it just, like, you guys, you got to realize, like, when you see us on Instagram and smiling, that's only moments.
Man.
That's only a moment.
They only see
but they don't see the behind the scenes.
They see the check, they see the sponsors, they see the brands, they see the fashion, they see the cake backwards.
You good. What is good? You know what I'm saying? Like reality. What is really good? People, good to me is waking up, looking at my fam, being able to say, we can go somewhere right now. Not saying I gotta be the richest in the world, but being comfortable. Comfortable to me is 6 figures a year. If it get higher than that, so be it. I get the 6 figures a year. That's a double-digit average a month, and I can live off that, man. Cause I'm living for me. I ain't living for everybody else.
Yeah.
So if I pull up in a Tesla Model 3, a lot of people why you ain't get the S?
Yeah.
Or why you ain't get the dude? Cause I'm living for me. You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't get your family this, or why you ain't buy this house over here? Once again,
you ain't paying no bills with those opinions. Those opinions.
When I can cash that in,
yeah.
When I can cash that in, then I cash it in, man.
Yeah, man. But I want to thank you for coming on the show, man, and just talking to us about your beginnings, because our work, like, we connect so much through the gym, but it's so much through a lifestyle, and it's just a cultivated to just the discipline, the not giving up, the striving for perfection.
Oh
man, and you, like, we definitely gonna have to have many more shows.
Yeah,
we ain't even scratched the surface
we ain't even
of what we just talk about every day, because, like, today we seen another milestone in the gym.
Oh man.
And it just accumulates the same thing as life. It's like, man, I'm putting in this work, and I ain't seeing nothing. And then just that one day,
I just need a sign. And
God,
what we did, He showed us your hard work is paying off.
It's going up, yeah.
And if you do the work, it's going to pay off. And people got to realize it's not your timing. It's God's timing.
Yep.
Because if it ain't happened yet, it's not your time.
It's not your time yet.
Just wait on it. And don't judge your life, your chapter, off somebody else's chapter, because they may be farther along than you.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people get it messed up at. Like, they'll see people they grew up with and instantly competition. No, people, jealousy and envy, that shouldn't come.
Competition is the killer of joy.
Man.
The only person you compete with is that person in the mirror.
Right.
That person in the mirror every day. You want, like you said, I want to wake up and look at that person in the mirror and feel like you did what you were supposed to do. I'm proud of you. And that's what I want, like, people to understand. You got to get to a point where you're proud of yourself.
Right.
You know, you're worried about what other people are saying, what other people are doing. Are you doing for the things you need for yourself to be proud of yourself? Like, I felt good. I took care. I went to the gym.
Right.
I took care of my tasks for the day or for my career to better myself in this way. And that's what it's all about. That self-growth. And it's a striving every single day, man. So, bro, Theo, you know we in the gym tomorrow. You know, what time we going? Because you gotta go catch a flight. So
Yeah,
go
7.
7?
Yeah, 7.
All right, man. We ain't even get to the music, but you know, it's another time.
We're coming back,
man. Till next time.